Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Saur, Darkchylde, and welcome back. I am a player with autism, and welcome back to our Blue Mage series of Final Fantasy XIV. Last time, we did our first ever Mass Carnival battle, being that boss battle that gave me a lot of trouble. Now that we got him finally defeated, we've got ourselves a new set of quests to do, and 60 more spells to learn in our Blue Mage spellbook. I kept track on my list on how many Blue Mage spells there are left to learn, and it's 60. And that fight was no fun at all. I mean, throughout Phase 2 and Phase 3, I kept thinking that the boss battle was rigged. But turns out it wasn't, because I somehow was able to get lucky enough to make it through. So, with that said, let us begin with our next set of Blue Mage quests. Starting with our first one ever, turning over a blue leaf. Alzumega. Looks like we're gonna get his staff for completing this quest.
Sorbi Azulamega. Nagia. Latul Jaw cannot believe it. I mean, I can believe it. Because Latul always believed in you. Anyway, well done.
I cannot thank you enough. Lapis Canyon is safe. Nicely done, Saur. That sack of good blue shite, he won't be bothering the Wallaki anymore. Spectacular, splendorous. His the performance of a lifetime. I never knew you had it in you, Saur. Of course, I haven't forgotten about our agreement. As of today, I will be withdrawing my fundings from the Cerulean Mine Project. Deal's a deal.
Fools, you think you have defeated me? This place will be your burial ground.
Ha! I tricked you for a moment there, didn't I? I must admit, I had grown rather accustomed to playing the villain, but enough is enough. The fact is, I lost our wager, so it's time I put an end to my plans for Lapis Canyon. I'm a businessman, not a monster, and I have you, Ciada, and Martin to thank for reminding me of that. The New World is a vast, untamed land, and there are bound to be ways to acquire ceruleum without mining on sacred ground. Razi has even agreed to fund my next expedition. I will be leaving my ship within the next few days. Ciada, would you care to join me? With you as my guide, perhaps I can avoid repeating the mistake I made with the Wallaki. You're serious, aren't you? I accept your offer, if only so that I can keep you away from our land. Actually, I have heard of several places similar to Lapis Canyon with no one has laid claim.
Then you and I have much to discuss. But first, I must prepare for the voyage. There is much to be done.
I'll never forget you, Saur. If you ever have the chance to cross the Indigo Deep, You will always be welcome to stay with the Wallachie. Hold your chocobos. As Azuro II, there is no time to go gallivanting around the New World. You've got crowds to please, beasts to best, not to mention money to earn. Don't go away now, darling. I go through all the troubles of getting better and squeezing and back into my costume, but it looks like you're her favorite now. Bloody charming, that is. Mind you, the epidemic is over, so I don't need to dance to her tune anymore.
So why is Martin still dressed as the Great Azuro?
Well, there's no harm in earning a few gil while I think about my next move, is there?
Latoul Jaw says Martin may just like attention.
He probably does. Something's occurred to me. All this business with the Great Azuro and Azuro II got everyone talking about blue magic. Those stuffy old bookworms in the Arcanist Guild will never listen to me before, but this ought to make them take notice. In fact, I'm thinking about opening a Blue Mages Guild, partly as a way of rubbing my old guildmates' noses in it for rejecting my research, but also to help spread the knowledge across Eorzea. I'll need a fair bit of gil to get the lead idea off the ground, though. All the more reason to carry on as the Great Azuro. I'll show them him that not even being half-eaten by some beast can keep me down. Of course, there's room in the Celestium for the both of us. After all, I wouldn't deny my favorite and only apprentice a chance at fame and glory. In order to undertake the next Blue Mage quest, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have completed the main scenario quest, Litany at Peace. Once you've done so, the next Blue Mage quest will be available from Martin. Okay, that's already been done. Into the blue again. Hello there, mate. Been polishing your skills, have you? I'll admit, I've had a fair bit on my plate recently, but with performing at the Celestium and running the Blue Mages Guild. That's right, Saur. I've finally gone and opened up a guild. Well, how could I not? Given all the demand, folk have been fairly climbing over each other to sign up and get their mitts on my soul crystals. You've probably seen a fair few on your travels, trading blows with the local cactars and whatnot. They'll do anything to study the blue arts and under the Great Azuro, star of the Celestium. Thanks to them, my almost lifelong dream of running my own guild has come true. Speak of the devils. Why, if it isn't my 2-star pupils? Oh god, I don't even know how to pronounce those names. Hyendia and Natiba. Can it be true? Has Azuro the Second, at long last, has designed to grace us with his presence? I can't believe we finally have a chance to meet you in person. Please, I beg you, accept us as your apprentices. We follow you anywhere. Oi! Hey, I think you're forgetting who the guildmaster is around here. And besides, I've got other plans, hence for Saur. If you two can afford to stand about gawking chewing the fat, you've got time to go and get yourself some new spells. Go on, hop to it. Gods give me strength. If they ever get their heads out of the clouds and into the spell books for a change, they might bloody learn something. Bugger me, I nearly forgot that I supposed to be performing soon. Fancy coming to see your old friend, the great Azuro, in action? Of course, you won't be watching him from the stands with all the unwashed masses. I've got a front row spot with your name on it.
Is that a behemoth?
That's a behemoth. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome to the magnificent, the stupendous, the great Azuro! Not to be outdone by his apprentice, Azuro II. He has handpicked one of our most fearsome fiends as his opponent. The savage, the gargantuan corpus behemoth. What spells have you used? That was an aqua breath, and that's missile. It'll take more than that to take down a behemoth. The great Azuro, as a folly of his tried and true spells, yet the behemoth shows no sign of backing down. It's gonna use Meteor, isn't it? That was Magic Hammer. Ice Whip? What was that? What was that spell? And down it goes. My word, ladies and gentlemen, not even the Crown Prince of Beasts could withstand these never-before-seen techniques. Victory goes to the great Azuro! Show off. So, what did you think? I bet you get the great Azuro couldn't get any greater. Between the Mass Carnival and running the guild, I somehow found time to pick up a few new spells. I went all the way to Ishgard, heard and tried my luck against the creatures so horrible they'd make a behemoth blubber. It was worth the trip, though. Now my repertoire of blue magic spells is bigger than ever. And let me tell you, the crowds have been lapping it up. You think that the Celestium would reward all this extra effort by bumping up my pay, but apparently not. Actually, that reminds me. Rosie said there's someone she wants me to meet over in the Miners Guild. No idea what it's about, but maybe I'm getting a raise after all. Since you're here, you should tag along as well. If there's extra gil to offer, I wouldn't want you to miss out. I'm thoughtful like that, you know. Okay. Now we gotta follow Martin to the Miners Guild. Zoom out a bit. And I should probably equip that new cane that we got. I'm glad you could join us, my dear. Wait here for a moment, would you? It's my privilege to introduce the Great Master Virgius, esteemed member of the Syndicate and chairman of the Emagina and Sons Mineral Concern. Martin, you will no doubt be delighted to hear that he found your match against the Corpin's behemoth most exciting. I had no idea that such a distinguished and upstanding member of the community was in our audience.
That was quite a display, young man. And I must say, until I witnessed it for myself, I was under that impression that the masked carnival was a little more than frivolous distraction, and a far cry from the time-honored traditions of the Colosseum. All it took was one match to disprove such misgivings. This blue magic of yours is truly a spectacle like no other.
That's very kind of you, Squire. I mean, sir. And would I be correct in assuming that we have your support?
Why, yes. From this day forth, Emagina and Sons Mineral Concern shall provide all the financial backing you should require.
You do us a great honor, Master Fergus.
Now that has been decided, there are other rather less interesting matters to which I must attend. I shall have my assistants draw up the necessary contacts, and so forth. And with that, I bid you a good day.
Now I suppose you're wondering what has prompted all of this? While the Masked Carnival has become a roaring success, for which I have the both of you to thank, our manager, her of the pit fiends, has been eating into our profits. This in quite literal sense. Simply keeping them fed is monstrously expensive. And there is the fact that the crowds will soon grow tired of us dragging out the same old creatures, so we need to invest in having even more exotic and dangerous beasts brought in by experienced adventurers with cost a pretty gill as well. That's why I've invited Fergus to visit the Celestium. That walking coin purse is known as much for his love for the Colosseum as he is for being ludicrously wealthy. And just between the three of us, it seems his position within the Syndicate is nowhere near as stable as he would like it to be. He's desperately searching for a new venture that will give him the edge over his rival. Though I can't attest to how much the chairman stands to profit from our partnership, I'm quite confident of our prospects. For our part, we're going to come up with a few new performances to generate more excitement. So that's Master Fergus. It's good to finally put a face onto that name. I wonder if Imagina and Son would be interested in propping up the Blue Mages Guild. Was I thinking out loud? Forget I said anything. Anyway, I can't wait to see what the lads back at the guild will make of this little development, shall we? We shall. Oops, wrong person. By the sounds of it, Raziel will be lining up some different foes for us to face in the mass carnival. Knowing her, our safety is the least of her concerns, so we better be ready for whatever she has to throw at us. That's why I took the liberty of adding a few more entries to your spellbook. Like any good student, you'll be wanting to follow your teacher's footsteps, which will lead you to Ishgard. When you get there, what better spell to learn than Northerlies? A nice blast of freezing cold air is just the trick to when things get too hot to handle. Ah yes, if you feel like adding some other blue magics to your arsenal, Gaheel Jaw has some brand new totems that might be worth a look. One more thing, at the risk of inflating your ego, I'd say your blue magic will be on a par with mine before long. So I've a mind to put you to work training some of the apprentices. But that's assuming you make it back from Ishgard in one piece. Watch yourself out there. Those frost-encrusted beasts, bastards roaming about the snowfields, take no prisoners. Neither do I. That's the look of someone who who stared down a Yeti, he or three. Now that you've mastered her northern lies, you're a step closer to reaching my level. And like I mentioned before, I want you to help me train a couple of fledgling blue mages. Remember the pair who were practically begging you to teach them? It looks like they'll finally get their wish. I'll meet you over in Hammerlea. Hammerlea, huh? Where is that on the map? Zoom out, please. Oh, that's not far from here. I can get there easily. There they are. Normally getting these two to do any serious training is a bloody uphill struggle. But as soon as I mentioned you'd be coming along, they couldn't get here fast enough. I thought they should see some practical blue magic. Heck, away from all the showmanship of the masked carnival. So I borrowed this arena Viking for you to demonstrate a few spells. Go easy on it though, eh? We've got to give it back, you see. Now, let me know when you're ready, and I'll set it to lightly main. Listen, you two, don't spend the whole time gawping. All starry-eyed like, pay attention to which spell Saur uses and when. Come on then, you bucket of bolts. There we go. Just like I taught you. Such fluid movements, and your footwork was a sight to behold. It didn't stand a chance, and you kept attacking and attacking until it was a smoking pile of scrap. Yes, very impressive. We'll talk about this later, Saur. I think that's more than enough for the time being. Back to Udall, everyone. Their outfits are different from last time we saw them. back to the spot where we talked to him. I sent new Tiba, Tiba, and Pyandia off on a couple of errands for the guild, but they'll be here soon. Gods be good. Those are not the fees that we were agreed on. Mehmet's and guests, his instructions don't come cheap, you know. And besides, a few extra gil will seem like small change once you are fully fledged blue mage. You won't regret this, I promise. That's more like it. If you follow the example set by Saur and myself, you'll be putting down ferocious beasts left and right and center. Now return to your training, my faithful apprentices. Bloody hells, what do they think I'm running here, a charity? I didn't realize you charged these lessons of yours. How else do you think I keep the guild afloat? And I'll have you know, the rates are perfectly reasonable, especially considering all the unforeseen expenses. You'll get your share. Don't you worry. More importantly, something else has come to my attention. My apprentices aren't the only ones who go off looking for enemies to test their skills on. As everyone knows, adventurers often band together and go delving into abandoned catacombs, haunted mansions, and the like. They'll normally decide beforehand who does what, according to their area of expertise. One to lead the way, and one to draw out the beast. A couple more for general stabbing, burning, and so on. And maybe someone to see to any mangled limbs and gaping wounds. In other words, they all have to have a certain role to fill. But when I heard that groups of blue mages have been doing, and just as well without specializing in any particular role, I was thrilled to bits. Why? Because this can only mean one thing. Blue mages can do everything! Attacking, defending, healing, you name it! Of course, they knew that already, but I'd never thought about using blue magic outside of one-to-one combat. And I have asked the guild members to write a report each time they go exploring as a group, so I can formulate new strategies for working alongside others. Even Piendia and Putiba Buntiba might be having something interesting to tell me next time we meet. Mind you, those two have been taken blue magic like cats. And potos to water. Not very well, in other words. That's why I'll be taking them for more training, and I'd like you to join us. Until then, I want you to learn Whistle. Oh, not the put your lips together and blow sort. I mean the blue magic spell. Now go, my annoyingly capable apprentice. Already learned it, Martin. I learned it long ago. Learned Whistle, then. I reckon it'll prove handy in your next lesson. Let's make our way to... Darlings, just the mages I was looking for. I have the pleasure of giving Master Figius a guided tour of the Celestium and our facilities. Perhaps you would be so kind as to join us? If you are not otherwise engaged, that is. Busy? Not at all! Why, Saur and I are free as proverbial birds, aren't we? I only ask that you allow me a few moments to prepare the Blue Mages Guild for Master Figius. Yes, after all, it's not every day we welcome such esteemed guests. Actually, it is the Celestium's pit fiends that I find most interesting in. Where they are kept, how they are captured, and so forth. As you wish, I shall introduce you to the Celestium's associate. And after that, I can explain the vital role of the Blue Mages Guild. On second thought, perhaps just one of you will suffice. Saur, why don't you come with us? It would be a wonderful opportunity for you to see what goes on behind the scenes to maintain our menagerie. As I'm already familiar with the inner workings of the masked carnival, I shall use this time to prepare the spectacular exhibition, the Blue Magic Mastery, especially for Master Figius. Without any further ado, please allow me to lead the way to the Goldsmiths Guild. doing quite the runabout for this set of quests. The Goldsmiths Guild provides many of the mechanical combatants that appear in the masked carnival, such as the arena Vikings and various other automata. Ever since the Celestiums first began placing orders for momentous artisans have been racing to keep up with demand. Most of them are constructed according to Sheridan's designs, and even the more simplistic configurations are remarkably complex. Nevertheless, we have endeavored to improve on the currently available models with a range of combatants. As per Mistress Rosie's instructions, that are guaranteed to send all but the most battle-hardened contestants running for their mothers. Naturally, the mements must be kept in good repair, which can be somewhat costly. However, we strive to have as many parts as possible forged here in Uda, as to reduce maintenance fees. The Goldsmiths Guild also negotiated the purchase of several elegant relics from the Son of Saints coinarch, including the gladiatorial and bestial nodes that appear in the masked carnival. Charlene and Elegant technology, eh? Fascinating. I am sure you will be equally impressed by what we have to show you at the Thaumaturgy's Guild. This way, please. The Thaumaturgy Guild, huh? I know where that is. Gotta cut through here. Cut through the Colosseum, and then you're at the guild. It is no secret that the Thaumaturgy's Guild regularly summons a variety of void scent as part of their experiments, which we at the Celestium put to good use. Under normal circumstances, we would not permit that such hellish creatures be allowed to leave the confines of the guild, but in Mistress Rosie's case, we are willing to make an exception. Several exceptions, in fact, to continue to do so. Once the void scent has served its purpose, we must either dispose of the creature or send it back through the void gate. The Celestium, however, possesses the means by which to contain them, such as magic cages, shackles, and members of the staff sufficiently trained in the dark arts. In addition, the transfer of Voitzen to the Celestium facilities is carried out under the suspicion of the Order to prevent any mishaps.
Jolly good. I see that the proper steps has been taken to ensure the safety of the audience, not to mention Udas at large. It would seem that I have little cause for concern.
As a matter of fact, Ultros and Typhon, who are said to be the result of the experiments carried out by the Guild, have both appeared in the Colosseum and are now part of the mass carnival for slevering spawns of the netherworld. They are remarkably cooperative. However, most of the Celestium's beasts have far more earthly origins, though they are less deadly for it. As brief visit from the quicksand, the last stop of our tour, will reveal how we go about acquiring such creatures. The quicksand, huh? That's the local bar, I believe. Gotta make a quick run over there, huh? Best shake a leg. Okay, up these stairs and through that door over there. We should be at the bar. Our contracts with the various branches of adventurers guilds ensure a steady supply of battle-ready beasts from the wide range of locations.
You think killing a wild behemoth is tricky? Try not killing it, trussing it up and dragging the bloody thing all the way back to Uda. This one here knows what I'm talking about. Well, I bet you've done it. You've done your fair share of that. Tying them up with rope, chucking them in sacks and that sort of thing.
I've never done that.
It's hard work to be sure, but the coin's alright.
We only use the very best adventurers. In the event of any accidents, well, we simply hire more to replace them. Excellent! No point risking your own staff now, is there? And might I say, I'm very impressed indeed by the lengths you go in order to thrill your audiences. Clearly, no expenses has been spared. The Colosseum also has its own menagerie. But in terms of sheer variety, it pales in comparison to the mass carnival. Yes, it seems that the Celestium is worth every gil I have agreed to invest. In fact, so overwhelmed am I by your professionalism, I am willing to increase the amount. Master Fergus, your confidence in our operation will pay dividends, and I can assure you. Now, I believe that Martin will have finished preparing his demonstration, so that he may have a glimpse hints of the entertainment we can expect from the great Azuro and his promising students. Gotta go speak with Martin now. I'll take the other way around, thank you. Best get the lad out and start running. I wonder when I'm gonna get that next outfit. Whoops, wrong turn. Made a wrong turn there. Now then. Here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. You are about to bear witness to a spectacle like which Udall has never...
Perhaps some other time, my dear fellow. One of the glamorous gladiators under my patronage is due to make his debut at the masked carnival. Would you all care to accompany me? The contestant of whom I speak has achieved such greatness on the blood sands, and I personally am rather proud of him. What say you, lad?
It would be my pleasure. This ought to be interesting. And of course the guy's in a fight with Ultros. Incredible! Siegfried claims victory in his masked carnival debut! Siegfried? That's his name? Oh, fudge. That's our next masked carnival boss. This rising star of the Colosseum takes his name from the swashbuckling hero of myth. And, as you can see, he certainly has the skills to match. What's this? Siegfried is issuing a challenge to the great Azuro! Champions of the Colosseum and the champions of the Celestium are to go head-to-head in a clash that is sure to set a arena ablaze, maybe even literally. Bloody hells. I only went to watch and I ended up getting roped into a match with some sword-waving oaf who's trying to steal my audience. Just my sodden luck. What a show that was. Though it would seem that the best is yet to come. Allow me to introduce the man behind the mask. I present you the commoner of the stone torches, my eldest son, Zernbreck. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. If I may be so bold, Might I inquire as to why one of the most decorated gladiators of the Colosseum would enter the masked carnival?
As I am sure you're aware, the stone torches serve as a Mage and Sons mineral concern's private security force, offering protection for our various mining and freighting operations. The soldiers serve with pride and honor, yet the rather humdrum nature of constant guard duty makes it a less appealing prospect in comparison to working for the Brass Blades, whose reputation for bribe-taking and extortion attracts many would-be sellswords in search of quick gil. I am in need of fresh recruits, and the Masked Carnival opens a unique opportunity to showcase the mineral prowess of the Stone Torch's finest. Your showy fireworks make for good entertainment, and the coin in your devoted followers will be most welcome. Once they arrive to see your match with Zernberg, he will demonstrate the superiority in the stone torches. Strapping young men and women will be flocking to join my army, while I rake in the gil from the ticket sales. What would be more perfect? I have the popularity of your blue magic to thank for that opportunity, but beyond that, I have no interest in your parlor tricks. Nevertheless, I shall be taking a keen interest in your match upon my son. Until we meet next.
Great, now I gotta look up or study how to beat him. Balls. Well, this evening, it just gets better and better. To think I passed up the chance to train my apprentices for the sake of that smug, shite-eating windbag. I think I owe those two an apology. That can wait. You need to keep your mind on the match. Who knows, you might even win. And even Fergus will have to eat his words. Might even win? Why, the thought of losing never crossed my mind. Even I'm finished. Here's with that Obermacho Orachos. Well, his own daddy won't recognize him. I'd expect nothing less from the great Azoro. Well, of course, I'll have to shuffle the schedule around to open up a slot for your fight with Siegfried. I need you to be in the top form, so do whatever it is that you Blue Mages do to prepare. Do you see the size of that Zernberg? Her bloke? Look, I don't fancy getting on the wrong end of that sword of his. I'm not saying it will, but if anything were to happen to me before the match, I'll need you to take my place like the last time with Wallstarch. I'm not looking forward to this one bit. Maybe I should try taking my mind off of it by concerning on the guild, starting with Hundia and new Tiba's next session. I've got a few loose ends to tie up first, so why don't you go and learn excavation in the meantime? You never know when a decent healing spell might prove useful. Now go, Saur. Oh boy, oh boy. You might be wondering, why'd I ask you to learn excavation of all things? Well, it's all part of my research into the versatility of blue mages. You can use it to heal yourself, of course, but I want you to see how effective that spell is, keeping your friends alive and kicking. In fact, I thought we'd take Payada and Utiba out into the fields and test a few of my theories. It'd be good practicing for them too. I've set them ahead to Horizon, and from there we'll head to Copperbill Mines, where I hear her. Whatever. An ongoing problem, by all accounts, sounds like the perfect chance to show off our teamwork. Not to mention, and we've worked as a team before, but this seems like a good place to start.
Latuja not sure about this plan. Nituba, Natiba, and Piandia probably think this just a training exercise, but Hachomo hires very dangerous. Please, try to keep all three of them from harm. Maybe Saur act as healer, yes?
Oh boy. Looks like I gotta equip that spell now. That wasn't the selection I was going for. I have it equipped, okay. I just need to equip it to my actions. Let's see, I'll replace Palm Cure with it. I can just teleport there. Where the bloody hills are they? Hey, knowing those two, they're probably getting fleeced by some swindler or another. Ahem. Oh, look who it is. Finished sightseeing, have we?
Master Saur, at last we meet. My blue magic has come on leaps and bounds. And thanks to our last lesson, and I'm better at keeping my enemies on the back foot. Or tentacle. Oh, well, whatever it may be.
Oi, don't go getting ahead of yourselves. You might have a few new spells and a bit more experience, but if you get complacent, those Hatchonasrials will be grinding your bones before you can say flying sardine.
I'm no stranger to copper mines. Means, hatchet tone cherries don't scare me. As this is my first time exploring this particular location, and I have been asking other adventurers for advice, checking the layout of the tunnels and so forth. By failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail, is my motto. How about you, Grandmaster?
Well, I can't say I've been there myself, but when you're as proficient in the blue arts as I am, you can sort of play it by ear, or so to speak. Say, Saur, you know about the Copperwell mines? I've been there more times than I care than you had hot dinners. Maybe I should let you take the lead then. Only joking. We all know who the leader is. Blue Mage is with me. With the way you're acting as leader, I might as well branch off and make my own Blue Mage guild. And I probably would, too. I have just the name for it, too. Oh, this area. Where I learned explosion. We were waiting for you to show up when this bloody, horrible flying bastard came out of nowhere. Even though it caught us off guard, heard it was no match for the combined might of our blue magic. There was another one that went flapping off somewhere, but we're too knackered to go after it. Seeing as you missed all the fun, I'm volunteering you to go look for it. And be quick about it. All hells will break loose if that thing reaches horizon. Something tells me it's already there. Might as well shake a leg and start running. No. I wasn't trying to teleport. Now to report back to Martin. Nicely done, mate. Now that I think about it, I've seen creatures like this before. They're used in the Mass Carnival. Which raises the question, what are they doing here? They went this way, quickly! Figus and his son, Zernfig, or was it Sigberg? Bah, whatever his bloody name is. Azuro? You and your little friends managed to slay the escaped void scent? It seems you have spared our blushes. Sod all that, just tell us what's going on. You heard him, Fergus. Rozzy as well. Bloody hells. They're all coming out of the woodwork now. I'm lucky your underlings are so loose-lipped, or I would have never have tracked you down. You think you can make off with my void scent and get away with it? Investors or not, you crossed the line.
Now. Oh, I simply borrowed a couple in an attempt to quell the hatchet uprising taking place in the concern property. I'm sure you will be pleased to hear that your voodoo Regus has proved to be the most effective veritable living weapons. You see, the task seemed a waste of the Stone Torch's talents, and hiring adventurers can be awfully costly. As a matter of fact, I am considering deploying voice scent elsewhere to protect my interests from roaming beasts and marauders, and the like, leaving my son and his men free to return to Uda, where their talents could be put to better use.
So that was what this is all about? It was just a ploy to get your hands on my pit fiends, was it? This is a breach of our agreement.
Breach? With the vast amount I have invested into, the Celestium is as good as mine. I have the right to run it the way I please. Even every last moment, void scent and wild beasts in that menagerie, he belonged to me now.
I allowed you to invest in the Celestium, not buy it from right under my nose.
If you think I am the sort of stand back and wait for the coin to come trekking in, then you are very much mistaken.
I didn't get where I am today by letting blustering fools with more gil than sense and pushing me around. The Celestium is mine, you hear me?
Watch your mouth, you second-rate hick.
Oh, is that so? Maybe I should ask your friends at the Syndicate who they think is the second rate.
Ooh, you touched a nerve there. I'll drive you out of Uda. Nay, Eorzea. Everything you own will be mine. Mine!
Might I make a suggestion? If you are looking for a substitute for the Stone Torches, perhaps the Blue Mages Guild is a more manageable alternative to the rampaging beasts? Each of your mages come fully equipped with a commemorative selection of offensive, defensive, and healing spells, perfect for every occasion.
Every occasion? Come now, we all know that he who embraces too much has a weak grasp. I have no need of pathetic jesters in silly costumes. Oh, those are fighting words, buddy. Oi, watch it, Granddad, and we'll see who's pathetic when I put your boy on his arse. In fact, it seems to me that we could settle this whole dispute with a friendly wager. If I lose, the Celestium goes to you, including the whole menagerie. You can use all of those voids sent along with the rest of the pit fiends however you'd like. But if I win, the Celestium stays with Rosie. You all give up any thought of using voice scent and employ the Blue Mages Guild to defend your property instead.
You bloody idiot! What do you think you're doing?
You have spirit, I'll give you that. Very well. I accept.
I cannot decide which I'm looking forward to most. Adding the Celestium to my father's ever-growing collection of businesses, or utterly humiliating you in front of your beloved audiences. I will see you in the arena, clown. Now that's settled, well, we might as well get going. Thanks to the void scent, it looks like we won't be hurting hatcheries today, after all. Nutiba, Payandia. I don't think I'll be able to give any more lessons until after my match, so perhaps you should go and learn some new spells or something. Saur and I will head back to the guild. I got a bad feeling about this. And in this case, I'm right about what it is. Martin, what have you gotten us into this time? Not only do you get yourself in bigger trouble with a battle that looks like you can't win, but you're gonna drag your whole guild down with it? I fear this is all not gonna end well. Nothing like raising the stakes to make a fight more interesting, wouldn't you say? As much as the very idea brings bile to the back of my mouth, the future of the Celestium is in your hands, Martin. If you lose to Siegfried, I'll throw you to the behemoths. Fear not, I, the great Azuro, swear to defend your arena with my very life. Like I have a bloody choice. This is another fine mess I've talked myself into. Anyway, like I said before, I'll need you to be ready to stand in for me on the off chance I eat some doggy dragon peppers or something and am unavoidably detained, if you catch my meaning. Oh, and there's one more spell I want you to learn. It's called Frog Legs, and while it might not be all that useful in the arena, you'll be able to put it to good use once you're getting paid to protect Emajima and Sun's minds. As Azuro II, I'm expecting great things from you. Now go and make your guildmaster proud. Master Frog Legs, have you? Jolly good. But luckily for you, I'm in tip-top shape and you won't be standing in for me after all. Finally, that Siegfried bastard's going to get what's coming to him for challenging the great Azuro. I haven't got long until the match, but I've got one or two things to take care of before I step into the arena. Don't worry, I'll be steering clear of dungeon peppers and the like. Something's gonna happen to him before the fight, isn't it? Darlings, wait, where's Martin? Things to take care of. I'm at my wit's end as it is. Him disappearing all of a sudden is not bloody happening. Gods, I've never met anyone so infuriating. We'd better find him, and quickly.
Latulja thinks Martin's looking for information on Siegfried. Martin was muttering, "Fail to prepare is prepare to fail," or something. Heard it from New Tiba, it seems. Maybe he went to Colosseum. Siegfried very famous there.
But the match will be starting soon. Why has he waited until now? Finding out about his opponent should have been the very first thing he did, not the last. Not to mention that if he doesn't get back here on time, he'll have to forfeit the match. That's right. Alright, let's head to the Colosseum and ask if anyone's seen him. Oh, Martin, what have you done this time? That's gonna make me fit the bill for you. I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm not. There's Rosie. A man asking about Siegfried? Why, yes, as a matter of fact. A rather slovenly fellow was asking inquiries of that nature, if you must know. And might I add, I am extremely disappointed that one of the Colosseum's most respected gladiators would stoop so low as to appear in that ridiculous circus they hold at the Celestium these days. Has he no shame? Yes. He was here a few moments ago. It seems everyone's talking about Siegfried. His matches with the great Azuro is about to begin. Oh gods, I hope I make it in time.
Yes, he was here. Kept pestering me with questions about Siegfried. Wanted to know what techniques he uses and whether he has any weaknesses. It was plain he wanted to find out how Siegfried could be beaten. So I gave it to him straight and told him that he couldn't be beaten. Not in the Colosseum, and not in the Celestium either.
He's probably panicking right now. So, it's as Latuljas predicted. He really was here after all. Saur? Rosley? What brings you here?
I should ask you the same thing. You're supposed to be at the Celestium in costume, so what the hells do you think you're playing at?
Alright, love, keep your hair on. I'm only asking about my opponent is all. I'm in the middle of failing to prepare. No, wait. That's not right. Anyway, it's as I thought. That plotling good blue, who only knows how to attack from close quarters. So all I have to do is bombard him with my best spells before he has a chance to get near me. What could possibly go wrong?
Gee, I don't know. Everything you just said in that statement?
Now the time has come for Siegfried to taste my wrath. To the Celestium! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the contest you've all been waiting for is about to begin! Master of knowledge beyond the comprehension of mere mortals, and wielder of arcane magics as unfathomable as the deepest ocean, the indomitable keeper of blue has come. The Great Azuro! This is not gonna end well. I can already predict this. Introducing his opponent, stepping straight from the pages of myth, the peering swordsman, and champion of the Colosseum, Siegfried!
Holy shit, he's got a gun!
I can't believe this! My eyes, ladies and gentlemen! I've never seen such a drastic transformation! Oh shit.
As we all know, the Great Azuro is fond of his little tricks, so Siegfried, he decided to prepare for a few of his own. At the Indigenous and Sun Mineral Concern, we researched various techniques, including Garlean magic tech, and have restored several armaments and salvaged from the battlefield.
Mage attack? I don't remember any stories of Siegfried wearing Garlean armor and carrying a hand cannon. Fear not. It will take more than some hurriedly cobbled together her potlids, and a child's poto launcher, her to best the great Azuro. But enough talk. Have at you! Know your folly, Siegfried. You never stood a chance against the great Azuro. He tired himself. Illusion. Was that Diamondback? The great Azuro repels Siegfried's surprise attack just in the nick of time. I shall never succumb to to a shameless cheat like you. Well, it's not Diamondback, but it's some kind of shield. His mask came off. Such determination! This match is not over yet! Impressive. But the time has come for you to admit defeat. Never. I'm taking you down with me. That was explosion. Oh boy, he failed. Incredible! Even after the great Azuro's reckless final attack, the challenger is still standing. Victory goes to Siegfried. Such power. It was only this Magitech armor that saved me. Without it, I would have been blown to pieces. Father, for the sake of my honor, I demand a rematch. If that is what you desire, though it would appear the poor fool is in sore need of the infirmary bed, or perhaps a coffin. If the great Azuro is out of state, is no fit to fight, then I have no option but to request a replacement. Azuro II, I challenge you. Good gods almighty! I can scarcely imagine what the next match holds in store. With the great Azuro lying broken and defeated, it falls to his great protege to avenge him. Oh no! Oh good gods, no. I just had a hard enough time fighting the other guy. This is gonna be worse.
Rosie, I'm so sorry. To be honest, after he broke through my mighty guard...
Oh, that was Mighty Guard?
I knew he had me beaten. The best I could hope for was to force a draw, and we all know how that went. And a fat load of good that my checking beforehand did. If I'd known he'd come dressed in Magitech, waving a sodden cannon, I'd have, well, I don't know, not much I could have done, I suppose. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself, Martin. It really was an incredible match, and you very nearly beat him.
No, he didn't! It was because of his armor. He barely laid a dent in him.
In any case, the wager to decide ownership to the Celestium is still on. It's all down to you now, Saur. Siegfried is as strong as an Urochus, cunning as a fox, and slippery as an eel. So you'll need to keep your wits about you. Yes, although I hope that one day Martin's abilities can catch up with that mouth of his. No offense, dear. Anyway, there is still time to prepare, so make sure you have everything in order before your showdown with Siegfried. I wish you luck. Gods, I've made a right mess of all this. Blue magic. Perfect for every occasion. No one's gonna believe that now. I might as well throw all my research down the privy. Unless you're willing to help me out, if you went exploring for a few other blue magics, with a few other blue mages, I'd be able to compile all the information into a log of some sort, which I can use to help plan new strategies. I've added a few pages to the back of your Blue Mage spellbook to help you keep track of everything. Each time you check it out, one of those places alive, you'll get a reward. We've even got special Blue Mage gear to trade for any you've collected. Best of all, every item is endorsed by yours truly. Those balls. What am I talking about? Talking about that for? There'll be plenty of time for that after you've beaten Siegfried. Now go, Azuro II! Avenge your master and restore honor to the Blue Mages Guild! Great, now I got another boss to deal with. And I won't be able to continue until I defeat Siegfried. Dungeon requirement: catch the Siegfried. Dungeon requirement: The Catch of the Siegfried. And just like the last fight, it's 3 phases. I'm gonna have to do some research before I go up against him. Which means it'll be another full episode next time for when I have to fight him. So, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of my Blue Mage series in Final Fantasy XIV. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button, leave a comment if you want, ring that bell to be notified when our next video comes out. We do new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and occasionally Saturdays and Sundays. All of this helps my channel to grow so you have more videos to enjoy. Until the next episode where we fight Siegfried, this is Saur Darkchylde, signing off. Have a good night, folks.